Hey everybody, my name is Steven and welcome back to the Storytime channel. Without wasting any time, let's get into the stories of the day. Old lady yells at me for wearing earbuds. So I have an interesting job. I work for a nursery that merchandises for many Walmarts in the Midwest. Pretty much, my company ships flowers to Walmart, I unload them and place them on the tables. I wear a shirt with my company name on it front and back. So while I work at Walmart, I don't work for Walmart. I legally can't help customers with anything other than plants. Since it's a rainy day today, writing this on my break, we don't have a lot of customers buying plants. However, that didn't stop one old lady. I was stocking some plants and this woman walks up to me. "Excuse me." Me pulls out earbud. Since customers usually find someone wearing the blue vest and we usually work alone, we are allowed to listen to music. "Yes, ma'am?" "You were on the clock. Get those things out of your ears. I need help with the patio furniture." "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I work for the flower nursery, not Walmart." "Well, someone has to help me and you were the only one here." "I am sorry, but for legal reasons, I'm not able to help you." At this point, I still had one earbud in. "I said get that thing out of your ear and help me." "Walmart is not my employer. You have to find one of their associates. They are wearing a blue vest. I work for the flower nursery." Points the logo on my shirt. "This is insane. I'm telling your department manager that you are being incredibly rude and listening to music instead of helping paying customers." Storms off. Even with one earbud in, I think she was the deaf one. Either that or she just chose not to listen. Joke's on her though, the department manager isn't here today. Well, after a situation like that where you got Karen to storm off successfully, you might want to listen to some victory music on those earbuds. So what piece of music would be your go-to? Let me know in the comments below. Clean up the trash. A few things first. I grew up around snakes. I've owned a few different breeds. I know how to handle snakes. I also know what breeds of snakes live in my area. I was out at the park where the trail went around the lake and the section of the trail I was walking on was about 10 feet wide. There was grass a little higher than my ankles and a few bush-like trees that grew over the water. This is important. I was looking around one of the trees when I hear someone clear their throat. I didn't think anything of it because allergies are super common this time of year. "Excuse me?" I look over and she's doing one of those bent over waves at me. "Yeah, hi, excuse me?" "Hi?" I'm confused as to why she needed my attention. "There is garbage all over the park. I'm trying to have a nice day out." "Yeah, I know it sucks. I'm trying to have a nice day too." I'm dumber than a box of rocks, so I didn't understand why she was telling me, but I understand not wanting litter all over the park. "So clean it up." "What?" "Clean it up." I was getting kind of upset because she was talking to me like I was stupid, not like a normal person. "Go do it yourself, lady." "What did you just say to me?" "You heard me." "But it's your job." At this point, I realized what was going on, so I just chuckled to myself. I turned back around and continued looking for snakes. She starts yelling at me because I have 3 younger siblings. I tune her out. It also helps that I have a central auditory processing disorder. I can hear some of it, however, and she was saying I was disrespectful, something about her son, and then starts cussing at me. Just as I'm about to move to the next spot, I see a black rat snake. I grab it and quickly stand up. It was about 2.5 to 3 feet long. Black rat snakes can grow up to 6 feet long. Karen had a delayed reaction. Maybe she thought it was a stick. It was like something out of a movie. She went from enraged to terrified. She started backing away, dragging her son with her. "You're not very ladylike." Then the wild Karen fled back to her hovel. I wasn't trying to scare Karen on purpose. I just found what I was looking for. You should never purposely scare someone with any animal because the animal could get hurt. "Hey, look what I found." Karen quickly realizes that that's not a piece of trash they picked up. OP was there to pick some stuff up at the park, but it wasn't trash and Karen learned their lesson pretty quickly. Customer tries to steal from me while asking me for help. Okay, so about a week ago I was at a store. Kinda well known in England for only selling detergent, cleaning products, and self-care products. And these 2 people, mother and son I suppose, ask me whether I work there. Me dressed in a jean jacket with blue jeans. No, I don't. They say, "Do you have any aloe vera gel for face?" I say, "I don't know, but I can check for you if you want." Darned be my kindness. I kneel down and start looking through the facial treatment section, checking if there's any aloe vera gel, and when I couldn't find any, I turn around and ask an actual member of staff, And while they're explaining where they might be, I can feel the kid, at least 14, reaching into my coat pocket. I slap his hand away and turn around to see him run out of the store and leave his mom behind. What was that for? Are you bloody serious? Did you see what your kid just did? He tried to steal from me. So, you're obviously useless. You can't even find the aloe vera gel. I don't work here. I don't need to help you find it. Whatever, just stay away from me and my kid. Then she also storms out, leaving me and the employee, who has been watching everything, dumbfounded. Luckily, all my pockets were empty because I only had my phone on me and I was holding it, so even if I wouldn't have noticed him, he still wouldn't have managed to get anything. Sounds to me like this was actually a proper setup. Try and get you distracted so that their kid can sneak up behind you and take whatever and run away. Bunch of thieves. It's the law. Went into a grocery store wearing a black hoodie and purple sweatpants, hair in a messy bun. To be honest, I look like I just rolled out of bed. I'm in the canned soup aisle grabbing my regular stuff. An older lady, mid-60s, comes up to me. She shows me a slightly dented can and asks if she can get a discount. Probably not. If the food inside isn't damaged, there's no reason for it. Is that the store's policy? I don't know. I don't work here. She looks me up and down, but insists that I am an employee. I tell her again that I'm not. She grumbles and puts her dented can back on the shelf. I think that's the end of it, and I get the rest of what I need. I'm checking out and have a nice conversation with the cashier when the old lady points at me from about 15 feet away. I knew it. You do work here. I sigh and explain to the cashier. She thinks I work here and wants a discount on dented cans. Cashier says, "Ma'am, we don't do that here." But it's damaged goods. You can't sell them at full price. It's the law. Cashier says it's not the law and that's not our policy. Take it or leave it. She demands the manager and I get out of there as fast as I can. Causing a scene for 10 or 20 cents off a $1.50 can. Some people can just be overly frugal like that and feel practically assaulted by the fact that they can't get money off because the can is slightly dented on the exterior. Like, it doesn't affect the food, it doesn't affect anything. There's really like no basis for it. Unless like the lid was popping or like there was a sign that there was something visibly wrong with it, there's no issue. In fact, just get a different can. It's obvious they only wanted the discount, right? My manager is a company commander, but sure, I'll get him. Soldier gets mistaken for a store employee. This is an old story, probably early 2000s, from the father of my friend. He is now retired, but at the time he was second in command in one of the infantry companies in the locally stationed army unit. At the time he was 6'3", same in width because of lots of muscles. All the names and details in the story are changed as he asked. He was in a grocery off duty, wearing jeans and a tan t-shirt. Employees were all green with their name tags and company logo. Was looking for some pasta for a dinner with his wife. He got a free weekend and it was a Friday afternoon. Suddenly, some Karen, blonde-haired, hair saying, "I want your manager to give me a discount," in pink clothes. She gets behind him. He thinks she's minding her own business and getting something for herself. So he keeps thinking which pasta should he choose. When the lady clears her throat. Well, once isn't something. Maybe she had a little cough, he thought to himself. Then the second time, much louder, so he turns around and asks, "Do you want something from me, ma'am?" What an attitude. Where is the X-brand flour? I don't know. Ask some employee. You really have a nerve. Get me your manager. I want you fired, you lazy trick. Father of friend thought it would be funny, and he had a cell number for his commander, who should also be going home for today while third in command should handle the night shift, and he would call him in any case necessary. So father of friend called his commander. At the time, the Karen looked like she already bought the whole store and fired the manager too. Commander says, "What is it, Joe?" "I have a Karen who would like to speak to my manager. Do you mind if I can put you on speaker?" "Go on." He was very cool and friendly, and after the situation, he laughed at it too. Father of friend puts him on speaker. Commander on speaker. "Ma'am, this is Lieutenant Matthew Smith, commander of the 37th Infantry Company of the 2nd Infantry Regiment. May I know what do you want from my subordinate?" At this time, Karen instantly got red. Even her clothes changed a little as he said. She immediately rushed out of the store. It turned out some employee was watching the situation and said to him that this was the 5th time she did this thing, and not even once she asked a proper employee. The 5th time? Sometimes it's surprising to see how people can really confuse the wrong people for an employee, but the same person 5 times to 5 people that aren't employees? This lady has an actual issue. No wonder she ran out of there after realizing this is the 5th time she screwed up. The time I JoJo posed to prove I don't work here. Hello everyone, longtime reader of the subreddit, but first time posting on here. I figured I would share this story here just to pass a bit of time during this whole pandemic. Stay safe, by the way, folks. Also, for the sake of safety and such, I will not be listing my real name, the company I work for, or the competitor company where this story takes place. Also want to mention this story takes place in around June of last year, or it might have been July. British summertime, basically. So for context, I work in a toy store, although currently on the furloughed side of things. My uniform is a blue shirt with a red collar and our company logo on the left side of the chest area, while the competitor uniform is also blue, but the collar is also the same shade to match the rest of the outfit. This is important for later, I assure you. So I had finished my morning to early afternoon shift and just gotten the tram back to my hometown. I figured I would stop by the local competitor toy shop as it was a bigger store and had more items to view. I went there as they sold things my company does not, and I needed to get a birthday gift for my cousin. She's into Dragon Ball like myself, and I knew that the store had a generous selection of various figures. Due to our similar uniforms, I usually zip up my jacket to hide it to prevent things like this happening. However, due to it being a hot June day of 2019, I chose to have it unzipped. So I'm there browsing the selection of figures. I pick out a Super Saiyan Gogeta figure and figured my cousin would like it as she's a fan of Gogeta. She did, by the way. I keep browsing to see if there is anything there I would like for my own collection when I hear someone clearing their throat behind me. I obviously pay no attention and keeping to myself as usually when I'm not on shift. However, "Excuse me," I heard in a rather rude tone. For a moment, it was like time slowed down and I thought to myself, no way. Thinking I couldn't possibly be having a run-in with the dreaded Karen. I turned to see this woman wearing dark tinted sunglasses with short brown hair. Not what I was expecting, truth be told. "Sorry, am I in your way?" "No, how about you pay attention instead of browsing your own stock? I need help. Where are the baby prams?" "Stroller for you US folk." "I'm sorry, but I don't know as I do not work here." Karen cutting me off. "Oh, don't give me that bull. I know you work here. I can see your uniform. In fact, you should take that jacket off while on shift." "Again, I'm sorry, but I do not work here. The uniform is similar so I can understand the confusion. I'm sure if you go to the tills, they can..." Karen cutting me off again. "No, you will not lie to me. What kind of employee are you? I will get you reported for this behavior. It's here I do something I never thought I would get to do outside of conventions." I take my jacket and pull the left side, revealing my company's logo while holding down my shirt with the other hand. I was basically doing Giorno Giovanna's pose from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Look up Giorno Giovanna pose on Google and it should be the first image that shows up. Please look at the logo on my shirt. I do not work here. I work for my company, not this one. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Karen takes a few moments to look, even going as far to lift her sunglasses to get a clearer view. You could see the moment the realization hit her and her face went bright red, with what I can only guess is embarrassment. She blurts out a very quick, "I'm so sorry," before quickly walking around the corner. Probably to recover and to find an actual employee. I didn't have any issues after that, nor did I see her when I was checking out with my items. Not a super major ending like some other stories, but it's one I wanted to share with you all. As soon as the Karen's realization washed over her face, that's when the "to be continued" meme pops up. But with that being said, that's all the stories we have for today. So what I want to know is which of these stories that I read today were your personal favorite and why? Let me know why in the comments below. And thank you all so very much for watching and listening to the Storytime channel today. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to turn notifications on so you'll never miss an upcoming video. Thank you all again so very much for watching and listening to the Storytime channel.